No, so I was going to tell you guys. So since I've been on YouTube, there's been a lot of people. I was watching that clip. It just reminded me. A lot of people were talking about like my career or where I've played or whatever. Um, that I always prided myself actually on being like underdog and like coming from nothing. So I take pride in that. Um, that level is like one level under the top level in Australia. So it's just like second division. Um, but I only got over there just like luckily. That one of the players that was on that team, he was my college teammate, and he graduated the year before I did, and they actually had import scheduled to come out and play, and their import ended up like just not coming out. So he gave me a call and was like, "Hey, like they're asking for an importer if I know people." So I was like, he was like, "Do you want to come out and play?" And I was like, "Not really." Like I just graduated as well. Um, and I was just happy like that I had my college career because I think I told you guys the story. Like I wasn't going to play anymore in college, but I ended up finding a place. I only played for 2 years, but I found a place. Played my junior year, played my senior year. Was really happy with my career, and that was like good enough for me. But then I got that call to go overseas, and I was like, look, maybe I'll give it a try and just see if I like it. But I ended up getting over there, and because they had already had their plans for their other import, and they knew nothing about me, he just said like, "Hey, just come out and play, see if you like it, and if you don't like it, you can go home." The the deal was though, I didn't get paid, so I didn't even get paid my first year overseas. So technically, it's like, is that pro? Is it not? I played for free, and I made money by coaching. I did some coaching, but also I was working full time whenever I was over there. So you're allowed to work for 3 months on a working holiday visa, but only 3 months, and then you have to go do something else. So I worked for 3 months. The first 3 months I was there, I was working full time, but I was competing in the second league with players that were doing it full time. And I got runner up MVP that year. So for me, I actually take pride in that. And it's something I wear as like a badge of, I've always had a chip on my shoulder. I always prided myself on being an underdog. Like grew up like single mom, didn't have direction to like where to go through basketball. I grew up in Oklahoma where there was no, like I didn't have good coaches. Never was in an AAU system. I never like was guided through anything. So to be able to get overseas and like I even walked on at my college as well. So I walked on, ended up, we'll talk about the college story another day, but I walked on at college and was the team captain and best player on the team. And I got all conference, all national awards and things like that. But then to get overseas, and it felt like it was the same process again. Get over there. I felt like I was walking on because I wasn't getting paid. But then I got runner up MVP. And that very next year, I had tons of offers. So I had a bunch of offers in China. I had a bunch of offers at the top level. I had a bunch of offers like at lower levels. I just had a ton of offers. I decided to stay with the same team, but obviously I was paid full time. And I still probably wasn't getting paid what I was worth, but I just didn't know it at the time. I never had an agent, anything like that. But I ended up getting paid pretty well, but then I just coached. So I just played and I coached, and then again, did really well. All-Star 5 both of those years. Led the league in rebounding, second in scoring, I think it was. And that next year, I played in England and I hated it, but I played for a year. And even though that was the second level I was playing, the England basketball is not nearly as good as what I was playing in Australia. So I played for a year and I really didn't like it. And it was like during the winter, and England winters aren't great. Whereas when I was in Australia, it was like summer and beach and everything. So I ended up going back to Australia after that season, but it was in my off season. So I did 2 in Australia, 1 in England. But then that third season, I actually chose to go to another team that was like it was like a startup club. But they gave me a job as a director of coaching. They packaged it together so I could be a director of coaching, so I could coach the entire club and play. And so that's why I like made my money overseas was doing that. So anyways, I just wanted to get that out. I slowly wanted to tell you guys, I guess, about my story. because I'm just seeing so many other people tell my story online that I'm like, I should go ahead and start giving a bit of my history, because people ask me quite often, and I don't really have a place to put it. I don't want to put it in a video, but now that we're live streaming, I can just do this in between videos and stuff. So, what do I think about clear path fouls and wrap ups being a straight point possession? No free throw, just points. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I think that's a good idea. Much love, coach. Keeping it real. Stay thorough. Is that a word? Street ball culture. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. Please make a video on basketball fundamentals. Everyone preaches fundamentals, but never. So I don't know if you've seen my video on the main channel about basketball IQ. I've sort of done that. I've sort of done that, but I do want to make one specifically on fundamentals. So I did one on basketball IQ, and it's got some fundamentals in there, but I want to do one on purely fundamentals as well. So I got one coming. Which team did I play for in England? Derbyshire. Le GM type energy. Yeah. Oh, thorough. I got you. Yeah, that was my pathway. I think when you're a kid, you want to make it to the NBA, and that's all you think there is. And I just kept running into setbacks. That's why I've made my channel for all the kids that are out there like me that like didn't really have direction or anything. I just kept running into setbacks and the politics of things, and just kept I just kept not getting over that hump of getting to a level that I thought I should play at. So when I finally got the opportunity, it was either like, okay, I can keep doing this thing and keep trying to get to the NBA, maybe get like a 10-day contract, maybe go to the G League and not get paid when I'm getting paid now. But I got to a point, I think I was 24, but then I had my son, and it completely changed the way I thought about basketball. So that's when I took that opportunity to go to a club that wasn't necessarily the best basketball playing decision for myself. It wasn't going to help me get to the higher levels, but it was security. It was job security. And I was going to get to start my coaching journey at a really young age. So I knew I was going to have a lot waiting for me after basketball. So I was really fortunate to be able to, use basketball as even though I never made it to the NBA, to be able to have a full career through basketball. And then, and then straight into coaching afterwards. Someone else who has a great story is T-Jazz. Yeah, I've heard. And didn't he have surgery not too long ago? I actually haven't caught up with his story lately, because I'm pretty sure he had like a massive surgery, right? Sorry, I had to grab me a snack. We're gonna be going for like another 2 hours, so. But yeah, maybe one day I'll give like I'll talk more about my basketball journey and stuff, but that's why I like the sport, because I feel like the more people I meet, the more people that have like stories similar to mine. Brain surgery, yeah. Second time? Man. He's going through it. Scar versus J-Lou. What up, Davian? Am I saying that right? You just ate too? Got a pizza? What kind of pizza? So I've got one more video that I have to get through that's on the plan. And then whatever we do after that, I'm not worried. I've got a bunch of examples. I've got a bunch of videos I'm happy to cover that's already here that we can run through, or we'll just do whatever pops up. But I definitely want to do this video next. And then we'll get into some more, just whatever we feel like, whatever keeps the vibes vibing. Pepperoni. A lot of people don't like Papa John's. I actually really like Papa John's pizza.